Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Hope that you're doing wonderful today, having a great morning wherever you are in the world. Perhaps it's evening. You might have gone out to work and be sitting down for the evening to watch me and listen to what we've got to talk about that interests women over 60. I'm really happy that you're here. Thank you so much for your support. I'm drinking my morning cup of tea. Now, one of my great joys of travel is I get to go to the UK every now and again and pick up real tea, Yorkshire tea, or PG Tips, one of my favorites. But this is a nice cup of dark black tea, the real thing. Haven't got any milk in it today, but anyway, it's a nice drink that just always makes me feel like things are pretty well with the world, even when they're not. And I know that it's a crazy world right now, and I don't ever want you to think that I'm this Pollyanna that doesn't realize what's going on out there. I just feel like we have an opportunity here to get together and, rise ourselves above the negative and be positive. So anyway, thanks a lot for being here. I do appreciate your support. Now, I'd also like to thank our sponsor for this show. It's Puritan's Pride. We take an interest, as you know, in well-being and health, and you can check out the Puritan's Pride website to see how supplements and nutrition can really make the most of your life in your 60s. So thanks to Puritan's Pride. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention to you before we get started on today's topic is the fact that we have a Patreon community now. I've spoke to you about it. It's a group that we started a couple of months ago to help 60 and Me deal with some of the financial issues that we're facing in keeping this site and community running without charging a membership fee. And Patreon is now successful because of the support of people who are giving us a small donation every month, and it helps us so much to cover our cost. Now, we have some women in our Patreon community who we consider our divas. And these are the women who have stepped up and given a little more to help us. And I want to just every now and again tell you, just give some of the names of the people who are giving us a really lovely amount of financial support every month. And if you want to join them, if you feel that we're worth it, that what we give you is of value, please go out to patreon.com/60andme. And you can sign up to get exclusive videos and competitions and free information. And we really would appreciate your support. But here are a few of the people that I want to just thank. And I'll just do a few every day. And these are the special divas in our Patreon community. So there's Sarita Couturbe, Sandra McCoy, Colleen, who's with a company called The Scrappy Frontier, Deborah Shanks, thank you so much, Deborah. And this is Catherine Blankenship as well. These are also very active in the community. I love it. Kathy Postfoot. Excuse me, Kathy, I'm not very good with these names, but Denise Bocfiglio, Janice Tanner, and Jill CC. And then Kathy Van Ten Eyck is another new person that's just joined us. So thank you to all of you women who are just so supportive of us. And it means so much to me personally and 60 and Me as a company. So thank you so much. Now, today is such a hot day. You can tell, can't you? I've got my fan today, though. I've decided I'm going to do a different approach. I got this fan in Bali. Isn't it nice? I just love it. But it's just, I know why they have fans too, because they really, really do help you when you're feeling warm. But anyway, the topic today is all about adopting healthy habits. And I was really made aware of some of mine over a recent trip. Some of the things I really am ready to change, but I just, for some reason or another, cannot do it. And there's a really good article that I wanted to review. It's called A 5-Step Plan for Adopting Healthy Habits. Not eating necessarily, but healthy habits. And, we want to swap these unhealthy habits for healthy ones. And then mostly of us start strong and willing and dedicated, and then it fades. So getting started, of course, is the hardest part. As it turns out, I don't know these statistics, but I made a note here that fewer than 20% of people who start new initiatives to change a habit succeed. Only 20%. The rest don't get through these 5 stages. So, I'm going to put my hand up and say that, you're not alone here, that this is definitely something I deal with too. And maybe that you'll notice a few things as we talk that you can resonate with, that make sense to you too. So the first thing is basically realizing that you're in a place that's not good, that you are stuck somewhere, and that you really want to change. I mean, that's the first thing, isn't it? And the first stage is the pre-contemplation. Is saying, well, I don't really need to change, but I'm not that motivated. But no, I don't know. There's often a point where you reach rock bottom, and that's the crisis point. So that pre-contemplation where you just know, okay, I eat a little bit too much chocolate. I eat too much sugar. I know that, but I don't have any motivation to change. And then I look at myself or weigh myself and I think, wow, I'm really, really needing to change. So that's a pre-contemplation phase. It can be really serious. It can be an addiction to cigarettes or to drugs, alcohol. It can be a number of serious addictions that you don't want to face in your life, but you actually just can't really get past that pre-contemplation side. Then the second phase is the contemplation side. This is where you really start judging the pros and cons. You really start weighing up, if I did this, it would open this opportunity to me, or it would make my life different in this way. You start thinking, this is how it could be different. And you might need the extra push, but you start to believe in a positive outcome. You start to see yourself as possibly changing. And it really makes such a huge difference to believe that your efforts are really possibly going to be worth it. That's the contemplation stage, and that's a really important stage where you start to see your future without that habit. Third stage is preparation. This is buying a gym pass but not using it. Buying an exercise machine but not using it. You keep bouncing back between steps 1 and 2 and 3. It's just that stage of not really being able to do anything to push yourself forward. And, then you start asking yourself the hard questions. What is life going to look like if I keep going like this? What is life going to look like if I don't make these changes? What's at stake? What's at stake? And I think in that stage, you then start to prepare. And I think that's really important to assess. The next step is action and maintenance. Well, those are the 2, 4, and 5. Action is a stage where you're really doing things to make the change. You're eliminating certain things from your life. You're creating a new habit. You're making a positive change for yourself. And, the action is only part of it. You've got to maintain it. And there are some habits that are very addictive just by their nature. Cigarette smoking, for example, super hard. Nicotine is a really, really difficult chemical to become free of. So you can do all the things in the world to stop and take action, but then actually maintaining is the hard step 5. And I think that's important. Then the bottom line here is it's on you. You have the power. You have the power to make changes. You have the power to control your life, and you have the power to keep it positive. It's easy to slip into negativity and depression and sadness and feeling helpless and vulnerable and not in control of your life, but really it's up to you. And you know this, don't you? We all know this in our heart of hearts. It takes practice. Just like every skill, it takes practice. And every day we have to get up and figure out how to avoid the triggers that bring that habit into focus. I admit that whenever I make a cup of coffee, I always seem to want chocolate. I don't know why. It's a Swiss thing, I think. I mean, from living in Switzerland, they always give you chocolate with your coffee. But it's just some association, and so I have to avoid those triggers. I have tea or juice and other drinks. Sometimes I treat myself, and I don't deny myself chocolate, but it's just a journey that I'm on. I'm in those stages myself. And there's other things too. Believe me, that's not the most important thing. But don't give up. You can do this. You can do this. You are capable. You're strong enough. You're determined enough. You just need to get control of your the triggers that could bring on these habitual activities and fill them with other positive things in your life. I know it's hard. I do. I really do. So think about it. Are there any changes that you'd like to make to your life? Any habits that you'd like to transform into something more positive? I really would love to know. It's part of why we're here as a group, to chat about this stuff. So please leave your comments below. Now, I've got something special actually today that I wanted to share. I should have mentioned it earlier because those of you who have stayed with me, they are the ones that are going to benefit. I have got something I want to share with you. I've mentioned it in previous videos. We have a fabulous website called 60andme.com. We have lots of articles out there. In fact, we have so many articles. I don't think you may know there are thousands, literally, of topics from all the topics from health and well-being, financial security, travel, independence, relationships. There's news items, fun quizzes. There's things that are just going on in the world, innovation and new ideas. And there's some controversial things, questions that we would like to get your thoughts and opinions on. All this is on the website. But I'm imagining a lot of you don't go there. You don't know what's there. So I've got a little game I want to play today. So join me on this. I have got some little gifts I want to give away. If you do one thing for me, I would like you to go to the website and just read a couple of articles, or maybe spend more time there. You might actually find you love it, but just find an article or two that you'd like to read the article or skim it, and then come back to here or to Facebook, wherever you're watching this video, and just say, I read this article by this title and I really loved it because, and just give a little couple of words. And I'm not going to choose on the what you say or the quality of your writing. You can make mistakes, and just don't, it's going to be totally random. But I've got 5 things to give away. Do you see this little necklace of mine? I don't know if I can get it close to you. This is something that I make all by myself. I'm not that clever, but it's a little necklace made out of a cabochon, which is like a little resin disc. And behind it is a picture that I've chosen from a magazine or from somewhere. And then it's placed into like a little holder. And you can put like a black ribbon around it. I just use this little black string, but it's really fun. You can take these with you when you travel, like 2 or 3 of them, and then just slip them on and off. And they're really fun. But I've got 5 of these. Now, these are going to be random choice. I'm not going to pick anybody by any color or anything, whatever, but they're all different. So you may not get the one you want, but you'll get one of these 5. Okay, so here we go. There's this one here, which is flowers. I love these. I spend all my time doing this. This little one, I don't even know what this is. It's just like a little pink design, which I thought was kind of cute. There's one that's blue, and it reminds me of the sea. Can you see? I should put it this way, this upside down. That's 3. And then I got a floral one. This is very vintage. You can see that one, pinks and yellows. It's little florals. It's on a silver background. And then which other one here? I like this one. This is kind of fun. This is kind of a little decorative green, yellow, just abstract shape. So I've got those 5. And I'm going to do this a couple of times actually, so stay tuned tomorrow too, or the next day whenever I mention this. But anyway, 5 of those are here waiting for you to tell me what articles you're reading on our 60andMe website. And I'll just choose randomly 5 names, and then I'll contact you on Facebook or on YouTube and ask you to send me your address so that I can mail them to you from Switzerland. So I hope that you have fun with this little game. The most important thing is I really want you to have an opportunity to discover what is on our website and for us to get your feedback. But hopefully you'll enjoy getting these little gifts as well, and they'll bring some joy into your life. Our little 60andMe ornaments. Anyway, thank you again for being here. I do hope that you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I look forward to speaking with you and seeing you all again very soon. Bye-bye for now.